Making caramel is all about patience and keeping a close eye on your saucepan, as it can go from the perfect amber color to burnt in just a few seconds. But don't be nervous, it's not as daunting as you may think. You'll need 225 grams or 8 ounces of caster sugar, 125 ml or 4 fluid ounces of double cream, 60 grams or 2 ounces of unsalted butter, and lastly 1.5 to 2 teaspoons of sea salt flakes or fleur de sel. Turn your stove onto a medium heat, then pour your sugar and about 60 ml or 2 fluid ounces of cold water into a large heavy saucepan. Stir together until the sugar has mostly dissolved. Turn the heat up to high and leave the sugar and water to come to a boil. From this point, it's very important that you don't stir the syrup. Once boiling, use a pastry brush dipped in water to wash away any sugar crystals from the sides of the saucepan. Slowly, you'll notice that the bubbles change in consistency from what looks like normal boiling water to a thicker syrup where the bubbles take longer to burst. They almost look like glass. When it reaches this point, it's very close to turning into caramel, and this is where you really need to keep a close eye on it. It will start changing color, and as soon as it reaches an amber tone, remove the saucepan from the stove. The heat from the pot will continue to cook the caramel even when off the heat, so give it a swirl and check the shade of the caramel. If it's still quite pale, return it to the heat and cook for another 5 seconds or so. It's better to play it safe and to remove the saucepan from the stove to check the color a few times rather than let it get too dark and burn. Once it's a lovely rich amber color, place the saucepan on a heat-proof surface. Pour in the cream while whisking at the same time. The caramel will bubble up violently, but don't worry, this is normal, just keep whisking. Next, add the butter and stir it into the sauce until it's completely melted. Finally, stir in the salt. Leave it to cool slightly before using, or pour it straight into clean, heat-proof jars. The sauce will be extremely hot, so be careful not to get any on your skin. And that's it! A good buttery caramel sauce that's perfect drizzled over ice creams or puddings. But add salt, and this delicious sauce is even better.